Hello and good evening. The day is Sunday. The time is 8 o'clock. The place is AKFC Television Studio in Takinyang, and the program is Sunday News Special. I am Akanye Upong. With me here is
Enopo. Welcome to this special program.
Yeah, no, you look beautiful.
Thank you so much, Akan. You look handsome too.
Did you attend service today?
Let me think.
It's not something to think. You didn't go, you didn't go.
I did. And you know I'm a Levite, so I sang.
Alright, and so straight to the program. Governor Mbono condoles Salvation Army Christian community over loss of members in auto crash.
And wife of Governor, eminent personality speech, resourcefulness on World Youth Skills Day.
Emojis. How much do they aid communication?
Nigeria Center for Disease Control declares diphtheria outbreak in 21 states of the Federation.
These and more in this package. The reason you should stay put. Don't go away. We'll be right back. If you're just joining us, the program is Sunday News Special. We move to the first story. Governor Mbono today worshipped at the Salvation Army Divisional Headquarters, Akayubium, instead of the local government area, to condole the church and families who lost their members in auto crash. Accompanied by top government functionaries, Governor Eno, while reflecting on the pains of losing loved ones on their return from a church program, encouraged them not to despair. Government House reporter Patience John reports.
For faithful of the Salvation Army, the loss of their members in the recent ghastly auto crash has been a loss too many. But Governor Mbono will not let them go through it without the condolences, support and prayers of government and Akwa Ibom people. The governor encouraged the church and deceased families not to lose faith in God, but trust Him for a brighter future.
In times like this, all we need is that Savior, the one that will not abandon us. To the children and the family of those that have lost dear ones, just hold on to Jesus. There couldn't have been a better meal than the one we received today. He never fails. He will take care of you and He will uphold you. I can tell you, not any one of you will be denied your destiny. As a government, we want to support the families of those that have lost their dear ones, just to support them through this time. So please, we've gotten the names. I understand there are 13 of them, and there's an account number that we have been given, and we're paying directly to the children or to the direct, maybe for parents that lost their children. We're not doing any uncle, we're not doing any auntie.
Drawing a sermon from the story of Job in the Bible, his sufferings, patience, and how God helped him out of his troubles, Major Esther Wack, in a sermon, advised Christians to be steadfast and hold on to God.
I tell you, it's a very difficult situation, and I don't pray that this should happen to anybody at all. But you know, in every situation, this our brother Job saw himself. He said, I will not fail to trust God. In other words, he was saying, there is no one I can depend on except God. I will trust Him alone, no matter what happens.
The governor gave financial assistance to the 13 affected families and the church to assist in the funeral. Patience John, AKBC News.
It's rather sad. 13 families losing their loved ones. The pain of losing a loved one it can be unbearable. And The vehicle that got involved in the auto crash belonged to the Salvation Army Corps in Akayubium. Earlier, the governor had visited some of the families, and since each and every one of them who was in that bus belongs to a family and belongs to the church, definitely it has affected the church. And so he decided to also touch the church, to talk to them, to assuage their feelings and all that. So it's very commendable. And if it has affected the church, therefore has affected Akwa Ibom, the whole state at large. So we commend the governor.
Yes, I want to really appreciate the governor. Kudos to him for identifying with those families. It's not easy. Do you know that when that incident happened, I had a family, like 4 people died
in one family.
In one family. It was a very sad development. We really sympathize with those families, and we pray that God rest the souls of the departed.
Again, he also pledged to support those families to come out of their grief. It's a real show of love and humanity. So kudos to our governor.
And aside the governor, we beseech other people in the state, even if you don't have anything to give to those families, please ensure that at least you sympathize with them, and you pray for them. It is not easy at all.
It shouldn't be something left for the Salvation Army family alone. Other churches should, pray for them.
Yes,
And
I agree.
We move to the next story.
Okay, moving on to the next story. The wife of the Akwa Ibom State Governor, Pastor Patience Umoino, yesterday hosted over 300 select skills Akwa Ibom youths to celebrate the 2023 World Youth Skills Day. The day set aside by the United Nations to strategically celebrate and equip young people with skills for employment, decent work and entrepreneurship, held at the Banquet Hall of Government House. Uyo, the reports.
Recognizing the significant roles that youth who engage in small, micro and medium enterprises SMEs play in job creation and sustaining development in society, the governor's wife, Pastor Patience Umoino, harped on equipping young entrepreneurs with the knowledge needed to scale up their businesses and boost their income. Marking the day with the theme, Youth and Entrepreneurial Skills in a Society, Bookkeeping, Pricing and Branding, the First Lady stated the relevance of feeding young entrepreneurs with vital information to make their businesses thrive. She assured them of the governor's commitment to encourage entrepreneurial ventures by providing enabling environments through his Arise agenda.
In addressing the existing unemployment challenges prevalent in our society, encouraging and supporting young people in pursuing entrepreneurial endeavors allows them to unleash their innovative potential, enabling them to address social and economic challenges from an innovative and distinctive standpoint.
Resource persons shared their expertise with the youth on pricing, bookkeeping, and branding. Speaking on pricing, Mr. Niekanedet highlighted pricing as a fundamental aspect of business that should be valued, while Mrs. Itoro Okpama, who spoke on bookkeeping, reiterated the need for youth to keep proper record as the nucleus of every business. Matthew Moore captivated the audience with branding tips, urging entrepreneurs to step up their game.
Your bookkeeping is a debit and is a credit. You didn't just lose money, you're about to have an offer. So think about it that way. When you're doing bookkeeping, it's so you can know the health of your business.
In pricing, we have to look at the value, because the client is only interested in knowing how much will I pay for this service. I'm careful not to mention a price that is too high and the client will say, forget it, I'm not interested.
The thing that is going to make your business run in the next 4 years is that when people see you as a solution provider, if you don't have this product and you know somebody that has it, recommend the person. Tomorrow they will come back to you because you always have
The event received the goodwill of people who charged the youth to implement all the knowledge acquired.
So we are charging you now, just like you have heard. Go back and make it happen.
If you ignore pricing, if you ignore bookkeeping and ignore branding, you are simply just preparing the burial date for your business.
We also implore all the youths that are in this gathering to put to good utilization what they have learned.
2023 World Youth Skills Day. Recently there has been lack of white-collar jobs in the country, not only in Akwa Ibom, and youth need skills to be able to survive, particularly when they are up to the age of taking care of themselves. They should not be bothering their parents. But one thing strikes me, makes me happy. All these young men and women who've gone into the university and tertiary institutions, they have one skill or the other. I even saw one lady doing making shoes, cobbling shoes. Very commendable. They do bake cakes and sell, fashion and all sorts of things. This will go a long way to better our society.
Yes, I agree with you. It's a very, very, very good gesture. If you are a youth out there and you are still depending on your parents, depending on governments, depending on political stakeholders, and going about asking people, your boy is here, your boy is here, for the boys, for the girls, I think it's not a very good thing. It is time what the government is promoting. Please stand up and do something. Learn a skill, so that at least in the next future, even if you go to school, it will be better for you.
One can come out from school and then become an employer of labor.
Yeah.
And aside from that, if youth take a larger percentage of population, so if all of them have skills, one skill or the other, it will reduce crime in the society. Because when you have something to take to your mouth, you can buy your clothes, you can pay your rent and all that. Crime nothing will take you to criminal activities.
Yes, and if you are a female youth, if you also have something to do, you'll be respected by maybe your boyfriend, your husband, your parents, because it's not out of place for a youth to give the parents something. If
bring
you have
something to the table.
Bring something to the table, but let it be genuine. Let it not be something you get from other people. You can as well make ends meet if you are a youth.
Okay. Similarly, still on youth, Akwa Ibom youth have been reminded of Governor Moino's commitment to touching lives and helping them stand out as better and productive citizens. The State Deputy Governor, Senator Okono Yagani, made this known in her remarks at the 2023 World Youth Skills Day on the theme, Youth and Entrepreneurial Skills in Our Society, Pricing, Bookkeeping, and Branding. Our Government House reporter, Utubi Makun, tells us more.
Senator Irani noted that the Youth Empowerment Initiative of the First Lady, Pastor Patience Eno, was an indication that Umaino-led administration is interested in the future of young people. She said pricing, bookkeeping, and branding, which forms the theme of this year's World Youth Skill Day, signpost how certain principles could help people in business stand out, emphasizing that diligence can make one stand out.
When he came into Akwa Ibom State, he didn't come as a giant. He didn't come as a millionaire. He came to Akwa Ibom and started the brand of royalty. Small. By God's special grace, I happen to have been a commissioner there. And I saw small royalty hotel with just few rooms. Because of branding, royalty hotels took out that a governor then, with all the escrow every month, will go to do retreat there. Because he took little things into consideration: the service, The way he receives people, the way you answer calls, the way you are there at the door to receive guests. That a CEO will humble himself to come and serve. Even if you were a messenger, as you come, he will want to carry your back. And from that little one, today, Royalty is a brand name.
She encouraged Akwa Ibom youth to be skillful and committed to the businesses, adding that the state government was solidly behind to support them.
The present administration of Pastor Moino is interested in what happens to the youth. We've been encouraged here today that in whatever you do, the approach, the presentation, the marketing will make whatever product that you have to have value. And when your product have value, the pricing will be lifted.
Otobi Maokon, AKBC News.
I am so much interested in the theme of this year's celebration: entrepreneurial skills, pricing, bookkeeping, and branding. If you have noticed, Akwa Ibom youths are so much into branding, this and that, and really putting their interest in it. Recently, Hilda Bassi made us proud.
Yeah.
Took us to the world.
Honestly.
Yes, and our governor wants people who are doing one thing or the other to support, not just sitting idle. He keeps saying, don't be idle, use your hands and do something. If you have watched recently, anywhere he goes, finds women doing one thing or the other, selling, he adds to them, gives them something, encourages them. So he even goes to schools to encourage pupils to, wake up to something. So Akwa Ibom would be greater if all the youths would put their hands to the pump and then do what they need to do.
And another thing is that aside the government calling on them to wake up, it is time for our youths to know that time has changed. You have to do something. In fact, there is a pride in what you do. There's dignity when you remove your own money, that this is mine, that you did something. So it is time that our youths wake up. This is like a wake-up call. You have to stand up. You have to do something. You have to be involved in skills. You have to do something that by tomorrow you will know that this is, okay, branding. Yeah. For instance, like you mentioned Hilda, you know what she went through to ensure that that thing happened. So it is time for you to find something and do. You must not go to Guinness Book of Records. You must not enter that. There are other dimensions. There are other fields. You can come up and you stand out and be a pride to not only Akwa Ibom, but your family, your community, and yourself.
And Akwa Ibom State Government is up with the Arise agenda. Arise and do something meaningful to yourself.
Please, it is time to arise. Don't sit anymore. Okay, from rising, let's rest to the next story. The Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor, Senator Kurianyi, has charged graduates of St. John Paul II College, Uyo, on the need to lead by example as their conduct will wrap off on succeeding generations of students. Senator Yanyi gave the charge Saturday as the keynote speaker during the occasion of the maiden graduation ceremony of the college's class of 2023. A Government House reporter, Otobi Maokon, reports that Senator Kurianyi was received by the proprietress and wife of the Senate President, Mrs. Unorma Akpabio.
Senator Yaranyi noted that the theme of the graduation ceremony, celebrating excellence beyond boundaries, was instructive, emphasizing the need for the graduates to give good account of themselves in both learning and character.
Celebrating excellence beyond the boundaries, which is the theme of this maiden graduation ceremony, is very, very instructive. It confirms your alma mater is committed to excellence. As you are going into the university, you can graduate with a first class and become the next big name in your family and in Nigeria, and you will be celebrated.
Dr. Yayi saluted the proprietress of the college, Mrs. Ekaitu Norma Akpabio, for the vision of the school and her relentless investment in the Akwa Ibom child.
And for the period that she served the States as a First Lady, I worked with her, I was there, and I saw how she mentored the younger generation, how she mentored the adult level, how she mentored the women that today we are able to stand. And the same spirit is what she has transferred to you. So you have the privilege to perform and act excellently anywhere you find yourself.
Earlier, Dr. Magnus Namaka, the divisional head of Keystone Bank, and the state chief magistrate, Mrs. Ekaite Afubi, took the graduates on ways to navigate the path of life to success.
You must begin to learn how to relate with people. You have to have good interpersonal skills. You have to know how to adapt to situations and be emotionally stable.
The impact of friends on your journey of life is enormous. Show me your friend, and I will tell you who you are. Your friends are a reflection of who you are. Friendship between a law-abiding person and a recidivist will not work.
The event featured music, dance, and drama presentations by the students. Mokun, AKBC News.
St. John Paul II College, Uyo graduation ceremony. I love the advice from the Deputy Governor, Senator Okuneyai, that bad company corrupts good manners.
Say that again.
Because what a child grows up with may end up making him good or destroying him in future. And we always say, youths are the leaders of tomorrow. So what you sow today, that's what you're going to reap tomorrow. So we advise them as they're coming up to be good ambassadors of that school, good ambassadors of Akwa Ibom and Nigeria at large.
Yes, I want to add that secondary school is just a stepping stone. When you graduate from secondary school, I remember in my days, it was so different kind of uniforms because it's like you've arrived, but it's a lie.
Is it the one you used to make lines on the back of your shirt? There's this line they used to make while ironing.
That's what you did, though. So don't bring yours to me. You know that it's a very good thing to finish secondary school and a finishing strong field. The students have to know that they still have a very, very, very long way to go, a lot before them. So if you start now to keep bad company, I don't think it's a very good thing, because if not started life, finishing secondary school is a stepping stone. You've not achieved anything for now.
And the teachers to have a duty.
Yes.
To groom these children as their very own, to become what they should be in future. Because a badly groomed child may come out to be something else, detriment to the society. So whether they are your children or not, groom them up. The Bible says, bring up a child in the way he should go. When he grows up, he will not depart from it.
And another thing is, I don't know what we are going to do to ensure that our students in the secondary schools are safe and will have better future, because you can see small children, the students from JS1, when you join a bad group, join cultism and all the rest of the things in secondary school, what will happen by the time you go to university?
I've only learned the habit in primary school.
Yes, I think there is need for something to be done towards that direction.
All right. Just to add to that, if you are a senior student in school, please take good care of the junior ones, because they will also grow up one day to be seen, and we will get to meet in a larger society. Thank you so much. As we move to the next story. Communication in contemporary times go beyond pushing the send button to a message to the use of iconic tools, pictures and videos known as emojis. Founded as Emojipedia in 2014 by Jeremy Birch, the United Nations, in celebration of this uncommon wisdom and creativity, declared every July 17 World Emoji Day. Eyaleno Paul in this report takes a look at functions of emojis in communication.
In the past, messages were sent to loved ones, associates, and friends with voluminous write-ups, or as telegram, especially if it is love letter, where the sender strives to impress the partner. Such letters carried salutations such as ditto from the School of Love, Department of Kissing, Faculty of Flowers, and with heart of gold or bleeding heart. But in the 21st century, there has been a lot of innovation and transformation after the advent of computer, which has almost replaced letters. Now, one can send a love note through a computer or a phone using just a symbol, with not even one word, expecting the receiver to decode the message. Amazing, isn't it? This is possible only with emoji, which in Japanese language means picture word, first created in 1990 by Shigetaka Karika while working in the Japanese telecom company. The release of the first iPhone by Apple in 2007 had an emoji keyboard, and since then, the emojis are developed and updated. This may have prompted the United Nations to set aside July 17 as World Emoji Day, an unusual official holiday intended to celebrate emojis. The designers have created a variety to make sure the excitement, and each represents a word and shapes like the heart, tools, figures, and humans. It therefore means if you are still writing long messages in film, you are analog. Funny, right? So, what do our people know about emojis?
We have signs of maybe breakfast like tea. We have signs like I'm on my way, you put a keke, you put a plane, but you use them based on the chatting. Sometimes if you get and they will sack him up. Sometimes if you get and a sign of loss. Okay. So yeah, give up. Why? Something that goes on air like that when we do call or any other things like that. Negative from emoji. Yes. Although Minister of Transport. Use anything. I mean, it communicates a kind of hidden discussion. Emoji is good, but not good for formal purposes. Emoji.
I use them like so often, like every day, like daily. I think emoji is something I use to express myself like most often. Like I could say thank you so much, and I put a smiling emoji.
But the same as you have explained, I will start using it.
Emoji. There is a lot of emoji. It's smiling emoji, like emoji that signifies when you are angry. I don't use love emoji. I don't do love.
It is better to flow with time. Learn to use emojis to communicate. Celebrate the brains behind the emojis. And remember that the best way to mark the day is to send at least 3 emojis to someone.
is from yours truly to you. Happy Emoji Day. Eyageno Paul. KBC News.
Beautiful report there by Eyageno Paul. Eyageno, well done.
Thank you.
From that report, have you discovered that many people do not even know anything about emojis?
Honestly, when I went out for the report, it was very funny, the different answers I got. You ask somebody, do you know emoji? They say, where is that? You say, it's inside phone. Somebody will carry the phone and say, but my phone doesn't have anything like that.
And it's a simple way to communicate.
Yeah.
You know, when you're short of words, you can just, pick the emojis to do the message that you want. But many people do not understand. Okay, for instance, if I want to say, I love you, using emoji, what will I use?
You use the heart symbol. Just click small hearts there, put. And the receiver will decode that is nothing but LOVE.
Why wouldn't you know that one?
So what else will I know?
Okay, so some are really funny. From that report, some emojis are so funny, but they convey a lot of meaning. That's one thing I like about it. They convey a lot of meaning and makes chatting easier.
Easy.
Yeah, so it is good. And I think someone needs to go on a study of these emojis and train other people to also know it, so that communication will flow. And because of that, United Nations said tomorrow, July 17 as World Emoji Day. Be ready for me.
No, you should be ready for me. You know I'm a master of emoji. So I had to do this report because I like emoji, and I know you like it too, because I know what you do to me there in the platform. It's the easiest way to communicate. In case you don't know how to use emoji, just use your phone. You see those small things you've seen there in the television, and by the time you click, it has the one you smile. It expresses feelings.
Yeah,
If you just want to tell somebody that you are not happy, you just put a sad face there. The person that understands you know. Like love that you said, like if you are traveling, you put aircraft, somebody will know that you are on A, and the rest of the things. Please, if you don't know how to use it, don't mind those my respondents. Go and learn it, so that by the time we are celebrating tomorrow, make sure you send 3 emojis
to someone. Mine will be more than 3.
Mine, I will use the one I will use to beat you.
All right, we go on a break. Beauty, identity, or mutilation. What lip plating means to Musi women in Ethiopia. Stay for this as we return. You're welcome back. Hey, I got straight to the next report.
Okay, in Ethiopia exists a tribe called Musi, where lip plating by women is not considered mutilation, but a proof of womanhood, bravery, and perseverance. Despite its challenges, the people who are at home with the practice often use local herbs to reverse risk of infection to the pierced lips and ears. Augusta Essien and this report reflects on how modernization is yet to hamper this age-long beauty and identify practice in Musi tribe.
Every tribe has its own tradition, and in each of them, there is a specific way to show beauty, especially among the women. The lip disc or plate are the chosen method for the Musi tribe located in Ethiopia. The women of the tribe start getting their lips or sometimes ears pierced at the age of 15. Then another woman of the same tribe cuts the lower lip and sets a plate. As time progresses, a bigger stick is added to stretch the lips the more. By the time they are about to get married, they can carry any size of plate they want. Lip plates play a pivotal part in the process of being chosen as a wife. Apart from showing bravery and perseverance, lip plates can also add to the physical beauty of a woman, making her more appealing. As a matter of fact, the bigger the diameter of the disc a woman carries, the more her bride price. Having a bigger lip plate than your peers shows that you're braver. It is also a sign of commitment to a would-be husband. Lip plug, as it is sometimes called, are usually made of wood and clay and are about 4 to 5 centimeters for a proper fit. 2 to 4 teeth are removed from the lower part of the mouth. There is a common belief that lip plating started because men of the tribe wanted their women to look uninteresting to foreigners, especially Arab merchants who invaded the land during the time of slavery, response to colonization. To outsiders, the use of lip plate looks like skin mutilation, but it's a form of expression and art to users that, despite civilization all over the world, the lip plate tradition continues to exist. While it is not compulsory to wear the lip plate at all times, the women wear it when serving their husbands food. It is also necessary since it makes the women talk less. But when her husband dies, she has to remove the lip plate since her beauty fades away when he dies. One may be forced to ask several questions. How do they eat? Since eating involves using the lips, why do they have to lose their teeth to beauty? And is the piercing painful? How do they carry it about? Obviously, since men of the tribe have attained the needed reasons, good for them. Their wives look very beautiful, brave, and most importantly, talk less. Beauty, they say, is in the eyes of the beholder. Augusta Essien, KBC News.
Different strokes for different folks. I'm just imagining a Yagan Paul with the
no, please, you're not me.
4 to 5 centimeters, teeth removed. What of the paint? What beauty is there?
Yeah, I know that if that practice comes to Nigeria, it will be for men.
Why should it be for men?
Because men talk these days more than women.
They
So
say it's to help women talk less.
yes, it's
Though
to
it's
help.
weird, but it's good for them.
That's why I want you to come to Nigeria to men.
I don't know how comfortable they are to wear those things about, but since it serves to identify them, the Musi tribe in Ethiopia, fine. I don't have anything to say. But why women? Why women?
Honestly, I want to say that my gender has suffered. And it's everywhere. It's not only in Nigeria. You can imagine carrying that kind of thing. What do you even look like so that you don't get attractive to foreigners? Why shouldn't I be attractive? So it's just self-respect. I don't think it is. It makes somebody very ugly.
It's barbaric.
And you remove 4 of your teeth
It's
to
barbaric.
get that done. No.
And they have refused to let go.
Yes.
Barbaric.
Yes.
It's okay. Different strokes for different folks, like I had said. So we
Yes,
move on.
and like the reporter says, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder.
Thank God for that. It will not lie in my eyes.
No
And
way.
now to the next story. Since beginning of 2023, there has been reports of a new disease outbreak in Nigeria known as diphtheria. It is reported that over 500 cases have so far been confirmed and detected in the country, affecting about 21 out of 36 states of the Federation, according to NCDC. Again, Eyagan Paul takes a look at what the disease is all about and what causes it.
In December 2022, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, notified the country of a suspected outbreak of diphtheria disease in Kano and Lagos states, with about 1,439 suspected cases and 557 confirmed. NCDC also said then there was about 73 deaths among the confirmed cases. Nigeria in 2011 reported diphtheria outbreak which affected the rural areas of Borno and some northern states. Diphtheria is a highly contagious vaccine-preventable disease which spreads mainly by vaccination. Signs of the disease include swollen glands in the neck within 2 to 5 days, sore throat, a thick gray membrane covering the throat, and tonsils, difficulty in breathing, nasal discharge, fever and chills, and tiredness. In some people, the symptoms can be mild, while others may experience redness of the skin and other skin problems. Diphtheria disease is caused by the bacterium Corynebacterium diphtheria, which usually multiplies near the surface of a throat.
Diphtheria is a vaccine-preventable bacterial infection caused by Corynebacterium diphtheria, and it is transmitted via respiratory droplets during coughing, sneezing, or talking, or contact with secretions from an infected person. And usually an infected person presents with numerous symptoms depending on his or her background, immunity, and age. But generally they present with high-grade fever, sign of respiratory tract infections such as runny nose, cough, sneezing, difficulty in swallowing or throat pain. And then thereafter, if nothing is done, they go on to develop generalized neck swelling with a deposit in their mouth covering their epiglottis and other part of the respiratory tract membrane. And of course, in a more complicated cases, death could occur.
It is airborne in nature, so anyone with suspected symptoms should visit the nearest health center or hospital in order not to infect others. KBC News.
Diphtheria in 21 states. Thank God Akwa Ibom is not there.
Yes, I thank God that I know for sure that it will not come here, because I know how we suffered in the last era of the outbreak that has just passed.
And the COVID that we had.
The COVID, so I pray that it does not come to Akwa Ibom.
And we have to avoid places that are avoidable to be saved from this disease that is coming. Let's protect our children and family members from it.
And please, if you have any symptom, or you know anybody with the symptom that was mentioned, rush the person to the hospital.
All right.
So to the next story, to recognize the significance of equipping young individuals with necessary skills for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship, the United Nations General Assembly designates July 15 as World Youth Skills Day. It is the agreement of all stakeholders to emphasize on the need to provide young people with the right skills, especially as the world continues to report job cuts and unemployment. Margaret Bassey reports.
Access to technical and vocational training is one of the equitable opportunities to address the multifaceted challenges faced by youths as the world undergoes rapid technological, economic, and societal transformation. Consequently, young people need the right skills to successfully navigate various challenges to achieve their full potentials. There are different skills for employment and entrepreneurship of young people in their strategic importance for the future.
I like catering as a part of my hobby. It's nice, it's fun.
Entrepreneurship is a good thing. The youth should try to see if they can push themselves into it.
I'm the same thing for beyond the caring about Tonga very Taiwan. Megan will give me many presence of power.
Ini minggu dia
on with me. Give me a shop with them. Miss and Bata told them me. No near machine. We don't need SU machine. The young, I'm no me. So we don't need fun.
May encourage you, you know. You can't play with them because you come from me fun. Make him become a phone for, isn't it? Without a figure on all will come now. I'm come
The upskilling of youth has become increasingly important as the world is slowly shifting to sustainable development.
I've benefited a lot from the business. It helps me to take care of myself, my family, and other needs.
Even 2 years, 3 years. So I go with the Roma, who go with the Baron of Yense Fubin, and one medium for Maduro. I get a game with Badia, is going on woman ya for Kere, ya woman Badia, is going on anymore.
About 70, 80. He's still working in the ministry. You ask yourself, when he's going to retire for the youth to take over those programs, we are not going to see the white collar job. What I will advise the youth is that they should prepare themselves and look for elsewhere to find their way out.
It is widely believed that people that venture into technical and vocational training are likely to be financially independent, have high self-esteem and self-reliance, an opportunity for government, organizations and individuals to come together and support initiatives that will promote skills development among youths for economic growth and social progress.
Please, I encourage other youths out there to venture into this. It helps a lot. No matter the strays, the sleepless nights and all of that, but it helps.
Nga nong wong kam ngkara yen market ayen maro se bakay wanyam nong bonyi waro ndem ma nong ndem ma nam njoton return akong no duro dum benso tai temem gbe no mbie se tete rombo ya mo no ewo ina makbani ko.
It's not really good for someone to wait for white collar job. Sitting down to wait might take a long period of time.
For the village head of Ikorokot in Serubium local government area, Etedong Nathan Williakban IV, investing in skills development is not only crucial for personal growth and employability, but also for the overall economic development of the nation.
You don't say better government and I don't self-employed. The guy can grow to become tomorrow. Say, go to a company or government. For better than so, they are going to be a helping hand for him and their parents.
Some respondents solicited for assistance to bring their concepts to life and enhance their livelihood and that of those around them as the world celebrates Youth Skills Day on the theme, Skilling Teachers, Trainers and Youths for a Transformative Future. Margaret Bassi, AKBC News.
Yeah, our time is up.
Yes, and we've heard enough today about youth. But the only thing I want to say is, I've seen my fashion designer, they call her seamstress or tailor. Please, kudos to her.
All right, thanks to the production crew of Samuel Ayara, Margaret Bassi. Ayara, you were part of the production.
Yes, I was.
Ubonga did on the control, Inyebonga Pue, the graphics officer, and Godwin Darake, who has been on the camera. On behalf of all of these people, being at Kaninyene, Upong. See you next Sunday, 8 o'clock in the evening.
Thank you so much for staying with us, and please join us next Sunday. It's going to be very rewarding.
Good night.
Good night.